Hi, folks. Kelly Duvall with SHN Sports. Glad to be here today. Got Coach Chuck Griffin with me. Coach, welcome back.
Thank you, Kelly. Man, it's great to be back.
We're glad to have you back. I know change is always kind of difficult, but seems like it's going smoothly. How's the first week going?
Man, we've had a good week. Our kids have responded well just from what we did this summer and what we've been working on. And, man, they've jumped right in there and haven't missed a beat. We're doing really good.
Good. So, what brought you back?
Home. It was just an opportunity to come back to Georgetown. I had a great job and enjoyed it, but I really missed coaching. I missed leading young men. I missed leading coaching staff. But I had a good job, so it had to be the right opportunity. And Georgetown's been the place we've been most of our coaching career. My family thinks it's home. And so, man, it was great to come back and great place to be.
Now, you were the athletic director at Abilene.
I was assistant athletic director, for Phil Blue in Abilene.
Okay. And then the connection with Coach Blue
absolutely.
up there.
Yeah.
So, what's the coaching staff hasn't had a great deal of turnover, but there's some new faces on the coaching staff this year.
Yeah, there are. There's some new faces. Just had a little bit of turnover, which is pretty natural. They actually were short a coach, so we had to hire. They went all year last year short one coach. So we've had a couple. Offensively, we've hired Mike Adams from Austin Reagan to come in and coach our receivers. We moved Jarrell Flores, who was our head freshman coach. He's up coaching our running backs and does a great job with that. Mike is also going to be our special teams coordinator. And then we hired Colin Truelove, was an assistant head coach over at Eastview. We hired him to come in and be our head freshman coach.
Okay.
Hired Jesse Loader from the Round Rock feeder system. He's going to be a freshman coach for us. And then we also hired Jose Geary to coach our safeties. And stole him over from Round Rock. He was at Round Rock the last couple of years as the defense coordinator. Man, he's a great coach. Really excited to have him. And then also a Georgetown alumni hired Travis Kinchlow, who played offensive line here,
Right.
and has coached in college the last 4 or 5 years. We were able to hire him to come coach our defensive line.
That's good. That familiarity's
Yeah,
got to make
yeah,
the transition a little bit smoother, huh?
Sure. Yeah, it's been good.
So as you've started the practices, I know you had the kids over some of the summer. As you've started practices, what excites you and what worries you?
Well, there's always worry at this point in the season, just figuring out who those guys are and what they're going to be. But, I think our team has a great mentality. I mean, they're excited to be here. They're excited to be at workout. They enjoy being around each other. It's just good to see that. I think our linebacking core is pretty strong. We had one injury there in the spring that hurt us a little bit, but I think we're going to be good in that spot. I think our safeties are in pretty good shape as well. And then I think our offensive line is pretty solid. I think we feel good there, and we're okay. We're good at receiver as well. We're doing a good job there. So we've got some exciting things happening.
I see some big kids out there at the receiver position.
We got a couple, and they don't have a ton of experience,
right?
But they're good players, and I think they're gonna have some big years.
So your quarterback. Important position. I see you got a little quarterback battle going on.
We do. We've got one guy that's in the lead right now. That Jordan Oldorp is going to be a junior and he's done pretty well all spring. But there's two other guys that are not letting up on him.
Right.
And so we'll see how that goes this year. We've got Jackson Tingley who's going to be a senior who's doing really well, and then also Darson Herman. Who's going to be a sophomore, he's just physically really gifted and has got some things going for him. So, we'll see how that goes this year. You never know. There'll probably be not one quarterback taking all snaps all year for us this year. There'll probably be a little bit of change there throughout the season, just how that goes, and maybe even throughout the games. I've had to do that before. I've been fortunate. A couple of years we were able to do that and had some really successful years of that. So. We'll see how that plays out. We would love for one guy to step up and take charge and be that guy, and we'll see if that happens here in the next couple of weeks.
That was my next question about. I guess you're at the point where you hope one guy just
can't
not be your starter.
Right. Yeah, we do, and it's kind of a unique deal. We've got everybody's different. All three of our quarterbacks really there, and the other guys that we have on the varsity as well. They're just all different quarterbacks. They're not one type of quarterback. So. We'll see those guys just keep playing and keep getting better.
So, lost a bunch of guys to graduation this year, but team's going to be kind of young, right?
Yeah. I believe we've got. We say we've got 6 on defense, and I think 5 on offense, but some of those 6 and some of those 5 weren't full time players. Some of them were. Obviously Taylor Beal on the defensive side has done really well. Braden Hargrove got some good playing time last year and is going to be a big player for us over there. Matt Anderson, who was a starter all last year until he got injured. He's going to play for us, and those guys on defense are doing really well. Alex Thiel at center he's a leader on our team and is doing a really great job. And Connor Heffernan has moved from right tackle to left tackle, played almost all year last year at the right tackle spot. So, I really think we're in good shape at those positions. So, of course, we got R.J. Marino back at running back. And
he looks like he's put on a little bit of weight.
He'll be the guy that's got to carry the load this year. He kind of got to working with the team last year of running backs, and this year we've got some other guys who are going to step in there and play some too. But he's got to carry the load.
RJ looks like he's gotten stronger.
Yep,
boy.
He has. He's had a good offseason.
He's watching him run today, and we appreciate you letting us come to practice and look around and talk to some of the guys. But RJ is watching him run today, and he looks like he's got a little extra step this year.
He's had a good offseason. Had a little injury in track and has been kind of working to get over that, but he's had a really good summer.
So y'all went shoulder pads and shorts today. Y'all go full pads Saturday?
We'll go full pads on Friday.
Okay.
We'll be shorts and shoulder pads tomorrow, first day of school again. We'll be full pads on Friday, but it's not full contact yet still, so that'll be Saturday. And Saturday's a little different for us. That's a special teams practice. We install all our special teams on Saturday and do that. So it's a full contact practice, but it's actually a little bit different for us. It's just kind of how we do things.
And this is all based on UIL rules.
Yes, it is. The 5-day acclimatization period we've got, and 2 days in helmets, 2 days in shorts and shoulder pads, and then 1 day in full pads.
And then after that first day in full pads,
you can go full contact. Yeah.
So when you go into full pads and you get the ability to go full contact, how do you balance? I want these guys to hit and get hit versus the potential for injuries.
That's just always a tricky thing. That's what keeps you up at night as a head coach,
I bet.
or those kind of things. You've got to have that physical part of practice. You can't not be physical.
Right.
Because you'll get surprised in your first game. You got to be physical. So there's some things that you've got to do that, but you also have to be safe, and you got to make sure you take care of your players and so, it's just kind of a process, and every team's a little bit different. Every year's a little bit different as we work that out. So we kind of walk through that, and we have some specific drills that will be full contact and others that we won't.
So what's your culture that you're trying to establish, make this team your team, and what culture do you want this team to be known for?
I think I've told this to parents all year is what we're looking for is, man, we want to be a character development program that happens to be really good at football. And, that's really what we're going for. We want to raise great young men. They're going to contribute to the Georgetown community, and they're going to grow up here and be great husbands and great dads. And that's what our aim is. Obviously, we want to be good at football, too, and we're going to do that. But, we have 4 core principles that we talk about every day, and they're attitude, effort, toughness, and commitment. And we talk about those 4 things being the basis of our program and who we are. And so the kids know what we're talking about when we mention those. And we talk about those some form or fashion every day.
That culture is really important to an organization.
It is.
And the leadership in the organization. And I was going to tell you today, I was watching your receivers work a little bit, and you got some leadership among your seniors talking about the routes and what they got to be with some of the younger guys, and that's always good to see those leaders.
Yeah, it is. Up. We do. We've got some good leaders. We work on that really hard in the spring. We've got a leadership council, which were 8 guys that were elected to lead their team, 1 from each position group. And those guys meet with me each week as we kind of discuss what it means to be a leader and how do you lead your team. So that's pretty important to us.
Good. So those guys are picked by the team, right?
Yes, they're elected by their position group. Who's the leader, and right now they're all starters, but that isn't always the case.
Right.
They're guys that their position group deemed they're the leader in our group. And they're the guy we listen to. So.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time today. We're glad to have you back.
You got it, man. Thank you, Kelly.
The practices, guys are loose, but you see them learning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. They're learning, and everybody's kind of loose with these because it's you got to get out there and get You got to get adjusted to the heat and all those
Right.
kind of things.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
brutal.
want to have a little bit of time. And to be honest, they'll tell you, man, they get a little bored right now. They get kind of bored when you're going through this part of practice. But that's why we get out there and try to have a little fun.
I heard a couple of them today talking about ready to strap the pads on and get after it and play football.
Yeah, they will be for sure.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it. Best of luck this season. We'll be up there in the booth talking about you guys on SHN and really promoting these athletes.
Thank you.
And getting them some visual time and letting some folks who may not be able to see them.
Sure.
Family that's far away. But we appreciate you and making SHN part of the Georgetown Eagle football family. And
Thank you.
We're looking forward to the season.
Man, we are too. We're excited.
Good.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Guys, watch all our SHN stuff on YouTube. Go on there and sign up and subscribe to SHN Sports on YouTube and follow us on shnsports.com. Coach, thanks again. And, folks, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you.